Welcome, Lucha Xtreme fans, to the LX Post Show. This is your host, Byron Rush, and I'm standing here in downtown Fresno at the beautiful Chukchansi Park, home of the Fresno Grizzlies. Chukchansi Park was also home of our event today, the Throwdown in No Town. We'll have more about that in just a minute, along with an interview with Wiseguy. We'll recap all the matches and everything Lucha Xtreme. The Lucha Xtreme LX Post Show starts right now.
Budweiser proudly presents the excitement and the dramatic thrill ride of Lucha Xtreme Pro Wrestling, live at the King's Fair in Hanford on July 5th, featuring Brian Cage, El Mariachi, Jekyll's the Jester, Junior Kratos, the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez, and more wrestlers as seen on My Network TV. Lucha Xtreme Pro Wrestling, live at the King's Fair July 5th. Tickets are only $20 and include your 2012 King's Fair admission. For tickets, call the King's Fair box office at 584-3318 or online at ticketweb.com. Presented by Budweiser.
Welcome back to the LX Post Show. This is Byron Rush, and we've got a great interview here with Wiseguy. Now, Wiseguy, you've got to be upset after that devastating loss.
Upset? I don't think upset is the correct word. You see, what just happened a few minutes ago was total BS. And let me explain to you people out there what I mean by BS. The Suburban Commandos have the nerve to put their hands on Mr. Franks? Now, the last time I checked, he wasn't on the Lucha Xtreme roster. He's not a wrestler. He was not a trained wrestler. All he is our manager and our financial backer. But you, Commandos, you took the easy way out. You physically assaulted him. On top of that, you gave him something nasty. Now, between me and you, Commandos, you just dug yourself a hole that you're never gonna get your way out of. You put your hands on our man. Do you understand me? And sooner or later, every dog has his day. And when that day comes, Commandos, you better be looking over your shoulders, because we're gonna come like a thief in the night. And when we come, it's gonna be lights out.
You heard it here, folks. More Lucha Xtreme Post Show after these messages.
Great! Oh!
Pro Wrestling Training Center, where warriors are made.
Our first match featured Sheik Kanabati versus the Mexican werewolf El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra might be new to Lucha Xtreme, but he has been making the rounds in the indie scene for years and brings a lot of speed and an arsenal of special techniques to the ring. Sheik also is known for his speed, and this match gets hot. But the newcomer Chupacabra's moveset was too much for Sheik Kanabati when Chupi hits him with his finisher, the Adios Powerbomb, getting the win by pinfall.
Budweiser orgullosamente presenta la emoción dramática de la lucha extreme, lucha profesional en vivo, dentro de la Feria de Kings en Hanford el 5 de julio, presentando El Mariachi, The Raging Bull Manny Fernández y muchos más. Lucha profesional, lucha extreme, en vivo dentro de la Feria de Kings el 5 de julio. Boletos solamente $20, incluyen la admisión a la feria. Para boletos, llama al 559-584-3318 o por internet en ticketweb.com. Presentado por Budweiser.
Today's second match featured the Suburban Commandos versus the Sheik's Army, Wiseguy and Money Mike Rain, escorted to the ring by Sheik and his financial advisor, Mr. Franks. The Army, with a bit of ring experience, put up a good fight against the Suburban Commandos, with Mike Rain showing off his deadly kicks and Wiseguy getting off his signature, Forget About It. But the twin brothers of the Suburban Commandos are undefeated in tag team matches and got off their devastating finisher, the Riz Bomb, easily pinning Wiseguy. And tired of Mr. Franks meddling in the ring, the Commandos pulled him into the ring and hit him with something nasty.
Mr. Franks!
Mr. Franks! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh, Mr. Franks!
Oh my gosh!
The Suburban Commandos!
Our third matchup today featured Val Venus versus the submission machine Bobby Hart. Both wrestlers showed off their technical abilities and some excellent mat wrestling, but Bobby Hart lives up to his name, the submission machine, by getting off a huge superplex off of the top ropes and getting the win by submission.
Yes, superplex off the top rope. What does he have, Big Tony?
Finisher at the QAS.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Game, set, match right there.
The submission machine taking Val Venus.
Budweiser proudly presents the excitement and the dramatic thrill ride of Lucha Xtreme Pro Wrestling, live at the King's Fair in Hanford on July 5th, featuring Brian Cage, El Mariachi, Jekyll's the Jester, Junior Kratos, the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez, and more wrestlers as seen on My Network TV. Lucha Xtreme Pro Wrestling, live at the King's Fair July 5th. Tickets are only $20 and include your 2012 King's Fair admission. For tickets, call the King's Fair box office at 584-3318 or online at ticketweb.com. Presented by Budweiser.
Our main event tonight featured Raging Bull Manny Fernandez versus the INS Enforcer JR Kratos. Now JR Kratos was joined in the ring by his partner Brian Tannen. But surprise, 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 who has Manny joining him? None other than Homicide. And today's main event was supposed to be between Raging Bull Manny Fernandez versus the INS Enforcer JR Kratos. But when the other half of the INS legacy, Brian Tannen, escorted Kratos into the ring, surprise, surprise, Homicide enters to defend his mentor, making it a tag team match. During the match, Raging Bull does the impossible, taking Kratos off of his feet not once, but twice with a flying burrito. The match ended with Manny outside of the ring beating JR Kratos and Homicide getting the win by pinning Brian Tannen.
To the ring bell. Oh, Homicide here, gorilla press by Brian Tannen.
What?
Homicide getting out of that. Homicide rolling up Brian Tannen.
No!
That's it. That's it.
He wasn't even the way to win.
Homicide pinning Brian Tannen, one half of the...
And that's the Lucha Xtreme Post Show. Thank you for joining us here at the home of the Fresno Grizzlies and the home of our event, the Throwdown in No Town. Be sure to tune in to LuchaXtreme.com for all things Lucha Xtreme, including our upcoming date, the live wrestling at the Kings County Fair in Hanford, California, July 5th. This is Byron Rush. We'll see you next week. This is the LX Post Show.